I am here with Amy. Amy, I do not know your last name.
Amy Perino.
Okay,
Yeah.
we've met a bunch of times. I
But it's
only know
always-
Amy.
yeah.
Yes, and that's it. That's it.
Yeah.
But you are with Tampa Bay Beer Week.
I am, yes.
And you're also with Females of Fun.
I am.
And you also work at Florida Avenue Brewery?
I am. I am the lab manager at Florida Avenue.
You have a lot of hats.
Yes.
You're also the new mom.
I am. She's actually right over there.
Yes, she's so. I have 4 boys and they're all adults.
Oh my goodness.
So you are I'm oh gosh, I just want to squeeze her and
she's
her.
wonderful. 4 months old, little baby Pearl.
Oh, she is adorable. She is the future woman of beer.
Yes.
So we're paving the way for her.
Actually, the first Females of Foam last year, I was newly pregnant. I was 6 weeks pregnant. Nobody knew. And now we get to go back this year, and she's here.
Oh, that's so sweet. And I will be there tomorrow. So we have Females of Foam tomorrow.
Awesome.
We're not even to record or anything. I'm literally just going because
wonderful. We appreciate the support.
We're just going to be there because we love, obviously, females.
It's going to be a great event. We got some speakers from out of the state of Florida. It's going to be wonderful.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So I need to ask, tell me your craft beer story. What got you in the industry?
So my craft beer story is kind of like everybody else's, maybe. So my family, I'm from Florida, but my dad's family's from the Pacific Northwest, so I would go out to visit them every summer. And I'm going to age myself, but I graduated high school in 2005. So I would
You're a baby.
Yeah.
You're good.
I would go out when I was a teenager, maybe before drinking age, and they had all these wonderful beers there that I couldn't get here. So I grew up on West Coast IPAs.
Right.
And then when I was in college, I started backpacking Europe, and I came home and there was all these wonderful beers that I had there that I didn't have here. So I started homebrewing to get those.
Oh, nice.
To get those tastes. So I'm a microbiologist by trade, and
so you're at the top of the badass women in beer.
Thank you. So when I was in college, I took my knowledge of microbiology and my passion for beer and kind of put them together. And when I knew I wanted to do something other than medical school, sorry parents, I started looking into working at breweries, and I actually started working at BrewBus right when they opened. And I told them in 2016, while I was in graduate school, if you ever open a lab, I would like to build it.
Right.
And so fast forward to 2020, we bought the space in Wesley Chapel, and here I am.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I mean, and I come from a very small brewery, so we're not even at a blip on the map of number of barrels. So we don't even have biologists now.
Oh yeah.
We have no lab. We have our brewers who are also they roll everything out into our seating area when we're closed to brew and then bring it back. So I love to see the bigger brews and their setups and stuff like that because I think it's so amazing.
And it's very much a privilege for a brewery to have this kind of quality control. There aren't a lot in Tampa.
Right.
And some of the ones that do have laboratories are unfortunately folding because the industry is it's rough.
Yeah, and I know I've talked about this with a bunch of people over the weekend, and I think that the cool thing about when I started in beer in 2014 or 15, and it was mostly men.
Yeah.
Men dominated everything.
Oh, yeah.
Not only did they dominate everything that was being brewed and working, and they were the only ones behind the bar, they dominated the audience, they dominated everything.
Yeah.
It was men.
Yeah.
And now, because I'm in marketing, so I get to see the switch. The audience is now 56% women.
Oh, wow. I didn't know that.
Yes.
That's amazing.
Yeah. And the one cool thing I think about seeing more women in places like you're in that really scientific, women are, I always say this, we're survivors. It's is something dying? Well, then I'm going to find a way to resuscitate it. We are the innovators. And so to see so many women in places like where you are, because you're not the only, lab woman
actually,
in the Tampa area.
Statistically, women are more likely to be in laboratory settings in beer.
Yeah.
And that that is twofold. One, women are like a little more meticulous.
Right.
And two, women are more likely to be educated in the sciences and go into beer from there.
Yeah.
Men don't necessarily fall into it, but they are more likely to get a job without a degree than a woman is.
Yes.
So.
Which is a little, we prove ourselves before we get into it, but it's also we tend to go after those higher educated jobs and things like that.
You're always, as a woman, you're always pushed to do the best that you can.
Yes.
I'm not saying men don't do the same thing.
Oh, no, of course.
But the bar is always higher for you. And so you want that next certification, you want that next degree, you just want it so that you feel validated amongst your peers.
Yes. Yeah, I actually, once I did the level 1 Cicerone test, I'm like, well, I have to go for the level 2.
Yeah.
And it's just like, no, this is my career, this is what I love, and so I want to make sure that I'm educated and can be the best.
I did the exact same thing with Cicerone. I'm advanced currently, and master is on the horizon, but it's always something. You want something.
Right. I always say once I get level 2 I'll be good, but I know I won't. I'll keep going.
Yeah, do it.
It just, it'll be one of those things.
And it's your own self-validation.
Right. Yes. Yeah, it's not because anyone's pushing me, it's just because I want to do it. Okay, so when you started in beer, what were you drinking, and how has that evolved to what you drink now?
So when I started in beer, I was drinking... Bell's Two Hearted was one of my favorite beers at the time. I really liked anything that was coming out of Deschutes, like Deschutes Black Butte. But now, like most people, if I'm at home, I'm probably drinking a light lager of some sort, or just a German Pilsner.
That's crazy, because you actually started heavier.
I did, yeah.
Yeah, so, and that is actually flipped from most people.
100%.
So I am still, I try with light lagers. I do.
Yeah.
I was a chef for 20 years. My family owned restaurants and stuff. So I think just the complexity of flavors in an ale with the esters and things like that are just more my speed.
Yeah.
So a lager just tastes very bland.
Yeah, I can see that.
So and so I also started with a more complex palate, and now because of course Florida's like 3 million degrees in the summer, and then I'm like, okay, light lager's great.
Yeah. No, like so when I was pregnant, the entire time I was like, when I'm done, when she's out, once I cooked her, I'm drinking a Reef Donkey in the parking lot of the hospital. That's what I'm doing, because that's like my favorite Tampa beer.
Yes, mine too.
Yeah, it's a wonderful beer.
And it's funny because I don't like IPAs, but I love Reef Donkey.
Reef Donkey's so good. It's just like a great pale ale. And actually, my girlfriend made me a Survivor bag for afterbirth, and there's a Jersey Mike's gift card, I'm telling me, and a 4-pack of Reef Donkey. And I did not shotgun in the parking lot. I talked big, but birth will change you, man.
It does.
But 24 hours after getting home, you better believe I slammed a Reef Donkey.
You can only have so many sleepless nights after. Yeah, no, I get that. All my kids are adults now. My oldest is going to be 28 this year. My youngest is in boot camp. So that's, I'm that old.
Yeah.
But yeah, I definitely, once we go to graduation at his boot camp, I'm going to be like, oh yeah, we're going to need to stop at a brewery on the way back.
Hopefully he's somewhere good.
So obviously you have a lot of hats. You're super busy at your brewery, but then you also do Tampa Bay Beer Week. Tell me a little bit about how you got involved with Tampa Bay Beer Week.
So Tampa Bay Beer Week, I got involved in 2022. I was at, I want to say Brewers Ball, and talking to Chris Fairchild, and he's like, hey, we're having elections. Why don't you come out and just see what it's about? And this was a rebuilding time because COVID, everything, Beer Week just...
Right, we couldn't be near each other.
Yeah, it didn't crumble, it went into hibernation.
Yeah.
So they needed to rebuild the board and everything. So he's like, come out and see. Elections were actually here at Indy. Indy's very important to the Tampa Bay Beer Week lore. So they were here. I was elected as a traditional board member.
Yeah.
and I've been on ever since. I'm on the executive board now, so I'm either internal, external chair, figuring it out. We know Kat's running it. Like, Kat's absolutely killing it. Like,
she is amazing.
We would be lost without her.
and I already see, because I call Kat, she is my beer life mate.
Yeah.
And she's already like, come on, you want to get involved.
It's honestly great. It's one of those things. So I like to tell people that joining Pink Boots and getting on the board for Perino's really helped me establish my career and be more confident. But going on to the Beer Week board pushed me to a different echelon.
That's awesome.
Just the connections you make, the skills you learn, like putting on halfway there.
Right.
So now I put on a beer festival with my brewery. This is the third year that we've done that at Kaleidoscope. And I wouldn't have been able to do that the first year without the skills that I gained from Beer Week. It's a lot of just like feathers in your cap. You just learn. And it's wonderful.
And Females of Foam, is that I only heard about it in the last like maybe 2 or 3 months.
Okay.
So when did that start, and how did that become a thing?
So in December of 2024, my friends and I, Amanda Maley and Nikki Bellenza, who works at Green Bench, Amanda works at Magnanimous, she's their head brewer. We were talking about just how we could kind of spotlight women in the industry during Tampa Bay Beer Week, because there wasn't an event during Tampa Bay Beer Week that was specifically geared towards women. So we started spitballing ideas. We had a group chat going back and forth, trying to figure out a name for it, and Green Bench was so lovely and so kind to host it in Webb's that first year, and that was last year, 2025. And we had some wonderful women, Kat included.
Yeah.
Cassidy, who's also at Green Bench, Joanne, who is They Love It Pairings. We had those wonderful women speaking, and it was so great. And this year we've kind of stepped it up a little bit. We have Joanne actually doing pairings with Offset, the food truck that's there. We have women who are from out of state, like Jen Blair, who's from Georgia. We have Brianne, who's from Maine, and it's going to be a very, very good event. We're doing flash tattoos.
I know, I saw that.
Yeah, we're just really trying to make it an event for women by women, and it all was born out of friendship and support, because these are women who I've talked to for years about everything, and like sounding boards.
That's awesome, and we did a similar path.
Yeah.
I was always in media, and I was executive producer on Sirius XM shows and on air talent in Tampa.
Yeah.
And so it was like, you know what, there's not a lot of podcasts or like the media side of women in beer.
Yeah.
And we're like, well, that's a hole we can fill.
Yeah.
Because it's needed. Again, 56% of the audience is female.
Yeah.
And so they need, we look at everything differently, which is not good or bad. It is just different. And so I think, we always wanted to have those voices be heard, just, kind of like the same thing where you're like, there's just this hole here.
Yeah.
And women are being, I don't even want to say underserved, it's just, we just went along to get along and to keep going, and that's the way it was. So I'm so excited to go to Females of Foam.
We made a beer that's being released just for it, a dark Mexican lager. Again, Green Bench. Chris Johnson is so supportive.
Yeah.
I'm very, very excited about the beer.
I'm so excited. I am not, like I said, not normally a lager, but a dark lager.
Yeah.
Oh man, I'm so excited to try it. I have been looking at the tattoos, a flash tattoo, maybe in my future tomorrow. But I'm so excited to go. I am a member of Pink Boots, and I have been for a couple years.
Yeah.
But just to see more women coming together, especially during Beer Week, I'm super excited about it.
Yeah, I'm so happy that we're able to make more people feel supported and welcome, and that's a big thing for me. I don't want anybody to enter this industry in any capacity and not feel like they belong.
And that's the one thing that we say. I swear it's been in every little snippet, every little episode, every little everything. It, for me and for us, it's so much more than the beverage. It's about the community. It's about these lifelong friendships that we've kind of curated over this shared experience.
Yeah.
And I absolutely love that. I think we're the only industry where everybody is a friend.
Yeah.
Like, there is no, like, oh, you're my competition. No, man, like, come on, let's all just be friends.
No, we all, especially like on the production side, we all rely on each other. I'll test somebody's beer. Somebody will borrow, like, we'll borrow yeast from somebody.
Right.
Like, it's very collaborative, no matter your size.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah, we're in downtown Newport Richey where there's 3 other breweries.
Yeah.
We have the spot that
We're on Main?
Yeah, we're right on Main Street. We have a private property, so we can get deliveries. So if everybody goes in on a pallet, then it saves money for everybody, and it can get delivered to us, and then we can kind of distribute from there, because we're the only place with a private parking lot where the big trucks can pull in.
okay.
And so that is one of those things.
It's so collaborative.
Right, we're all less than a mile from each other, but it's all about how we can work together and make everybody succeed.
Yeah.
And that's the entire industry, whether you're in Florida or in North Carolina or anywhere. If you say, "Oh, I'm in the craft beer industry," all of a sudden, no matter where you're at, you're friends with everybody.
Yeah, especially if you're in a smaller community, like it behooves you so much to get to know your beer neighbor. Seminole Heights, I live in this neighborhood.
Oh,
These breweries would not survive without each other, including my own.
Right.
Like our small brewery. We get help from Angry Chair. Your chair gets help from us.
Yeah.
Comment. It's
I love it.
Very
I love that part of industry. That's what drives me to it. That's what, like, the beer is great, but the community is even better.
It's very warm and fuzzy.
Yes.
Even with the boys.
even though we have a lot of boys. But thank you so much for coming on. This has been such a great conversation. I can't wait to see you tomorrow.
Yeah, it's going to be so much fun.
And honestly, for the rest of the weekend at Beer Week, I'm sure we will run into each other at least 16 more times.
I'm out, Pearl's out, we're doing it.
And I can't wait to see the little one become the next chemist or lab tech.
Her father's also a scientist. She's got it in her blood.
Oh yeah, she's taken the mantle.
Yeah.
But awesome. Thank you so
much for
much.
having me.
Yeah, bye-bye.